Hello everyone, this is Gary with your cards of the day, and today I'm doing something very different because today I'm going to combine the I Ching with the tarot, and to illustrate the results that I got a little while ago when I did the I Ching reading. I'm using the Tao Oracle, which is a divination deck based on that system, but it has a more pictorial form to it. And I'm also using an I Ching deck which I got many years ago to basically distill the meanings of the symbols down into a form that can be relayed in a video of this type. And additionally, I'm using my Golden Dawn Ritual Magic Tarot deck to add an extra little message, in a sense, on the end of the reading. So something a little different today. Now, our first symbol, as you can see here, is Chia Jen, and we have the hexagram shown here, and the meaning of Chia Jen is the family. And as you can see from the card, we have all of these multiple faces. Now, the meaning here is as follows. I'm just going to, as I say, because this distills it down a little bit, read it from here. It says, Chia Jen represents the harmonious family in which each person plays their part. The solid foundation comes from a loving union between husband and wife, where male and female qualities complement each other. The family is a microcosm of the human world. If there is love and order here, this harmony will penetrate to the outside world. So the message here very much is one today of focus on creating harmony in your world around you, with your family. I would extend this into any sort of dealings that you have today. Try to keep your balance and keep it very harmonious, and balance the energies that you're dealing with. Try to have an equal of both the more direct and assertive masculine energies and the more receptive feminine energies. Really focus on having that balance today as much as possible. Now, an interesting thing with the way that the I Ching works is that as you, and I use coins for the way I do it, as you cast the coins and record your results, what you find is that you will create a hexagram, which is this 6-lined image. And then you basically do a little calculation. You work out which lines in the hexagram are what they called old Yang and old Yin, because they then reverse. So old Yang becomes new Yin, and vice versa, old Yin becomes new Yang, and it changes those lines. So this is where the changes element comes into it. And if my understanding of it is correct, what we have here, if you look at these two diagrams, these two hexagram symbols, we have, because the second line from the bottom changes, and also the 5th line from the bottom changes. So that in itself gives us an additional meaning. And so those meanings for lines 2 and 5, 2 suggests that you limit yourself to your true essential obligations. So don't overstretch yourself today. Do what you have to do. It's keeping that balance, not overreaching, overstretching yourself, doing too much. Keep yourself in a place of doing sufficient. And 5 says accept the help that is offered without fear. So you may well find yourself in a position today where you actually are having a lot requested of you, and you're thinking to yourself, how am I actually going to be able to do all of this? How am I going to be able to get it all done? Accept help when it is offered, and that will help you to move through the day. Now, moving to our second card, which is the card where it changes, we have Ta Chu, and this is the taming of forces. It's interesting because they have it written slightly different in the two cards. The one says taming of the power of the great, and the other says taming force. And what we have here, as you can see, is a figure who is essentially meditating. And the meaning of this one, it says, Ta Chu comments on how an already strong person can become stronger through restraint. The symbol of a mountain over heaven suggests a great creative force tamed by solidity, clarity, and truth. Constant growth calls for constant practice. A strong person must not isolate themselves. The world has need of them. So here what we are dealing with is, again, this element of really keeping control and basically practicing that restraint, practicing that control, that discipline that is essential for us to become stronger as people. But in order to do it, we don't have to become a hermit. We don't have to isolate ourselves from the rest of the world, because in actual fact, we're part of the rest of the world, and the rest of the world needs us to be present. Now, moving to our tarot influence for today, this is very interesting because this really does speak, in my mind, to both of these influences. We have the King of Swords, and as soon as I saw this, the phrase that came to my mind was literally, become the master of your own thoughts. So it is a card here of really being in control, of clarity, of thinking clearly, of being in control of your thoughts. And thought, of course, becomes action. So if you're in control of your thoughts, you will subsequently become in control of your actions as well. So do bear that in mind, and really look today to keep that sort of discipline within yourself. So, just to do a little recap here, we have two I Ching influences. We have Chia Jen, which is family, which is talking about the harmony of the family unit, the harmony of your particular micro world that is around you, keeping it very balanced, very harmonious, balancing the energies of masculine and feminine, and in a sense keeping everything together. Then we have Ta Chu, which is talking about discipline, restraint, and basically practicing that way of becoming stronger by being very controlled. We also have the changes being to limit yourself to only those things that are your obligations, and also accept help when it is offered. And then finally here we have the King of Swords, indicating keep control of your thoughts, keep control of your mind, and it sort of backs up this idea of keeping restraint. So, I hope you've enjoyed these cards of the day and this very different look at the energies around us. Please feel free to leave me some comments and let me know how these themes interact with your day today. Also, please feel free to let me know what you think of this particular approach to reading. Please also feel free to check out my website, www.theseerscave.webs.com, for more information about myself, my tools, and the readings that I offer. I want to wish everyone a really happy, blessed, balanced, controlled, and productive day today, whatever you do. And love, light, blessings, and frith to you all.